In this series, we'll start with the basics and work our way up, exploring each era of the game, opening packs, building decks, and dueling with classic and modern cards. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, this series is for you. So stick around because the heart of the cards are calling, and together we will become true duelists. Welcome to the Garbage Lords Progression Series. Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Garbage Lords Progression Series, and today we have a decent opening. Actually, it's not that good, but we'll say it's decent. So we've got Duelist Pack USA 2 and Absolute Power Force. So Duelist Pack USA 2, it doesn't matter a whole ton for us, but Zach might like some of these cards. Junk Archer is crazy. I do kind of really want this just in case I want to run back that frog deck or just a junk deck, but we'll see if we can't get that. Other than that, I mean, 1-for-1 is nice, but we already have a copy. Skill Successor is a halfway decent battle trick, not that it's really good for our series. We will guarantee another set, or our playset of Debris Dragon. We'll guarantee our set of Quick Draw if we didn't already get it. We'll get our third Reinforced Truth. Assault Mode Activate is a really cool card, especially if we pull Stardust Dragon Assault Mode. But we don't have Stardust yet, so we will have to just hope that we don't get it, or if we do get it, we'll have to wait until we pull Stardust. And Scrub Raid is also not a terrible card. In Absolute Power Force, now the high end is really good, but the low end isn't, so we're really looking for the high rarity cards. So in the Ultra Rares, really great. Battle Fader, Kwakimeru Urnite is actually a decent card. Drill Warrior is insane. X-Saber Hyunlei is great if you have the X-Sabers. In the rare slot, Gravekeeper Descendant is really good for Gravekeeper decks. We've got some other cards like... I don't think that's correct, but maybe Chimera the Flying Beast wasn't here. We have more X-Sabers, but that's not really something that we can consider, considering our X-Saber pool is so bad. In the Secret Rares, we got Cactus Bouncer. Emmer's Blade is kind of a weird X-Saber card. It's really good, but with just such a bad X-Saber pool, I don't really think we can consider it. Underground Arachnid is one of those synchro monsters I've always liked. It's so specific in its materials, and it's actually pretty decent for its archetype. But it's just such a bad archetype, so I don't think we really want to play spiders. In the short prints, Consecrated Light is really good in case Zach goes back onto Blackwings. Widespread Dud is a decent removal option. In the super rares, Mega Hamster is good if we had Raikou, but we don't. Cars of Consonance is a good draw too if we have things like Whitestorm Legend, which I do believe we have now. Gravekeeper's Priestess and Gravekeeper's Visionary are not bad. Gravekeeper support. In the commons, there's really not a lot. There's some Reptilian support, not that we can make use of it. Shredditor is not a bad card, but it's better in like sealed formats. And there's really not a whole lot other than that in our commons. So that is it. Let's go ahead and get on into our we get 30 packs of both, 30 packs of Duelist Pack USA, and then we'll do our 30 packs of Absolute Power Force afterwards. So let's go ahead and get on into it. Let's flip them up.
And here we are again with some more packs to open. This time we have two more sets. Past it. We've got USA 2, which we have, I believe, 36 packs. Let me quick check again. Yep, it is 36 packs. And then after that, we have 24 of Absolute Power Force. Now, we're just going to do USA first. And this is just like USA 1, where we have a lot of really powerful cards, such as 1-for-1 at low rarity, but we also have a lot of really good synchros. Hopefully we'll see those here in a hot minute. Scrub Raid. This is... the dumbest stall card ever to exist. I really don't like this card. It's been done in a lot of Runic stun decks, and I love Runic, but stun is not fun. Anyways, during the battle phase, you can send one card you control to the graveyard, accept this card, and end the battle phase. You just, yeah. Doesn't have to be a monster, it can just be a spell trap. There we go, Road Warrior. But yeah, it's really just not fun. Another Road Warrior. Really what we're looking for out of this is like quick draws, which we already have one of from a previous pack, so now we have two, as well as just the synchros. As well, we do get debris in this as well. I don't want Road Warrior. That's like the one guy I don't want. That's our playset there. Junk Archer. There we go. So yeah, um, for you say two, it's Junk Archer, Road Warrior. Those are the two synchros. Junk Archer is the one that matters. We can also get like Max Warrior and the Turret Warrior stuff, but maybe we get the assault mode and we just play assault mode. No, I want to send him to the banning for the first time. We have two Junk Archers and we only really needed one, so another scrub grade. Okay. Um, I'm not really looking for anything else. Everything else out of this set is kind of just um, bonus at this point. I don't know what Tuner's Barrier does. You can select one tuner you control. That monster cannot be destroyed with melee card effect till the end phase of this turn. Okay. No, thank you. We have a playset of Junk Archer, and we that's the only ultra rare we've pulled. Um, I'll take it because the other one is kind of bad. Gauntlet Warrior, which is during either player's turn, you contribute this card. Each warrior gains 500 attack and defense until the end or until the next damage step that monster attacks or is attacked. Just not good. Oh, there's our first one. We don't really need it. Oh, there we go. We're not gonna play this. Although I do really like the card. It was one of the first like boss monsters I had in the game. Add to collection. At least boss monsters that I liked a lot. Now we will go back to the pack selector, and we have absolute power force, where we have 24. I can't remember what's in the set. Let's take a quick peek. Oh, right. This is where we get like Hyunlei, Drill Warrior, the Moondragon, and Red, Majestic Red, Battle Fader, um, Gale Dogra, Descendant, Drill Synchron, Berfomet, and that sort of stuff. And Ape King. And as well as Underground Archfiend. Does Ape King require... No, it does require a beast. That's annoying. As well as Cactus Bouncer. Um, of course, we're probably not going to get any of these, but yeah. Consecrated Light also pretty good out of, I believe, the commons. But yeah, it's a decent set. I don't really know if there's anything we're looking for out of this, because we do get Ascator and Supe, but we don't get like Dawnwalker and Duskwalker, respectively. For these two to be able to pitch one, special summon the Duskwalker or Dawnwalker, then the respective either Supe or Ascator from deck. But anyways, let's get right into this. Ritual Cage, as well as Stella. Jin. I am not seeing really anything that oh my gosh, Fiendish Chain. I will shut my stupid trap. If I could get like two Fiendish Chains, that would be insane. I am, oh my gosh, we got an empty. I'm saying it right now. I am not going to, oh, this does require Ascator, which makes it significantly worse. But anyways, I am not going to swap ticket for another Fiendish. I just would like a second one. I'm not going to swap because that gives him a juicy ban after I kick his butt this episode. But yeah, I don't even know if we're going to get a chance to. Oh my goodness, an ultimate rare. Witch of the Black Rose. Cannot be special summoned. If this card is normal summon, you have no other cards. Draw one card, show it, and stop monster something grave. Also, that card sucks. What the heck? Why is it so bad? As well as Pandaborg, which is also not the best card. Iron Core Specimen Lab. This is for the Kawaki Mirus, or Miru, however the heck you say it. We have Knight. What does this one do again? Reveal a beast. Oh yeah. Once per turn, you can reveal to special summon a level 4 from hand, except Knight. Okay. Because I do remember that was doing like Wake Force stuff. And yeah, Machine Dupe or Machine Assembly Line, which we are not going to be playing. Pandaborg, we did get a place like Consecrated Light, which I will be putting in the side in case he ever does burn stuff, but I honestly don't think he will because we have the much better burn pool. Maybe we'll play burn. Only 2 Descendant, but we realistically only need 1. So this just gives a spy removal. So you set spy, flip it up, and then summon out the Descendant. Descendant, tribute the spy to pop a card. That's basically what it does. But I mean, I'm kind of happy with this. Like, this doesn't matter, but we got a Fiendish Chain, which is pretty good. This card is terrible, and I don't know why it was at high rarity. This card's pretty good, but you need to really have like 3, or be playing a dedicated Kwakimaru deck, and my pool for that is not very good. And then we got Inti, which we cannot summon because we are not going to be playing Fire Ant Ascator. We did get at least 1 Supe and Ascator, though, so that's good. Yeah, I will do some cooking, and I will see you guys in the deck profile.
Level Eater's good as a 3rd Reinforced Truth. Quick Draw, probably our play set. There's a Road Warrior, kind of cool. There's Debris Dragon, there's a 1-for-1 Eccentric Boy. You do be eccentric. Who cares? Majestic Dragon, I mean, if we pull... We can't even use it because we don't have either Stardust or Majestic Stardust or Red Dragon or Majestic Red Dragon, so... who cares? Yes! Junk Archer, nice. Very happy we pulled that. Anything else that we might get? Doubtful we're really going to get anything. 2nd Junk Archer's not bad. I mean, I'll take it. I really will. Yeah, that is it. I mean, we got 2 Junk Archer. That's fine. I'm glad we didn't get the Stars Dragon Assault mode. So let's go ahead and add this collection. And then we'll go ahead and do our 30 packs of Absolute Power Force. I'm kind of happy we're opening 30. Let's go ahead and open these up. Flip them up. Cards, consonants. First card's not bad. Really just looking down here for the super. Okay, Karakimaru Urnite. People have told me there is a deck you can build around this, but I don't really see it being that good. Maybe I'll have to look into it. More Karakimaru stuff. There's our first Consecrated Light, I think. Yes, we want to get hopefully a playset of that. Another Cards of Constance, not bad. Queen of Tragic Endings. Isn't this like used in Crystal Beast, I want to say? Yeah, I mean, it's not bad, but I don't think we're going to be running back Crystal Beast anytime soon. We might run it back if we get Conclave, but that's really all I can see. Alright, come on. Drill Warrior, please. It's not super necessary because I think we get it in a Duelist pack later, but getting it now would be big. I think that was our 2nd. There's a 3rd Consecrated Light. Oracle the Sun. That's really not anything that we want. Anything else? Last pack? Yeah. Yeah. I don't think this is good enough. Uh, Two cards of consonants is fine, but I think we get it in. Here, let's take a look real quick. I think we get cards of consonants in Duels Pack Kaiba in the next episode, so we don't really need. Um, oh no, okay, so we don't get cards of consonants in Duels Pack Kaiba. That's interesting. But I believe we get Drill Warrior in Duelist Pack Yusei as a rare. Yeah, gosh, it's like I don't really feel like there's anything worth keeping in this. I really don't. I mean, double check the cards that we could get. I mean, do we? Okay, if we got a Descendant, we can consider keeping this. We didn't get a Descendant. Okay, then we're gonna re-roll this. So let's go ahead and redeem our first re-roll ticket of 5Ds, and we are going to open up another 30 packs of Absolute Power Force. All right, so I have used one reroll ticket. Zach has used, I believe, two now. So let's go ahead and open it up. Well, we got our Gan Garlandorf. I was about to say Ganondorf, but that word just drove my brain crazy for some reason. Not the ultra we wanted, so let's hope that we can pull something better. Second Garlandorf, really? Ugh, I don't want to play that shit, man. Sun Dragon NT. I got excited when I saw ultra rare and a synchro, but not the ultra rare we needed. Tuner Scheme. There's a okay. We have a replace of Consecrated Light back, so that's good. That's I think the only common I really cared about getting. I mean, there's a Fiendish Chain. That's better. That's like a good generic card. Is a Jin Deseret of rituals that will make our monsters immune, or our ritual monsters immune to traps. Is a Gravekeeper's Priestess. We do have a Necro Valley, but I don't think we've seen a Descendant yet. No, we still haven't seen a Descendant. That's crazy. All right, three more packs. One, no Descendant, no Descendant, and no Descendant. Gosh, well, I mean, we have to add this collection. I mean, we did technically get better, better high end. We got another Gandalf, and we got another Fiendish Chain. Um, Desirere's not bad, and we got three Consecrated Lights. So we traded in. Let's read Garlandorf. Mm, it's not good. It's not bad. Ritual of Destruction. Did we pull that? I think we did. A Ritual Core. We've got three Stellae. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, we're adding this collection, but it's not great, but we'll take it. All right, let's go ahead and get on into the duels.
All right, this is not the deck we're bringing today, but bear with me. Everything from here up is. Down here is just things I wanted to discuss. But we're bringing aliens today. I'm so excited for this. I don't think you understand how hyped I am for this deck. I have been trying to play this for so long, but between getting only one Ammonite and not getting other cards, We've had to wait until exactly today where we got Alien Brain. Anyways, I'm gonna do the quick card by card, and then I will discuss these cards down here. First up is Alien Ammonite. Now this is a very good card. On normal, it special summons a level 4 or lower alien from graveyard, and then destroys it during the end phase. So it's just easy 5 or 4 or even 3, but we don't have access to those synchro access because it is a tuner. I love how during this era they were just reptile or like type tuner and not no effect because yeah. Anyways, next up we got Alien Dog. This is like the test tiger of this archetype, where on normal of an alien monster, you special summon this card from your hand. But this has a better effect right now without Prisma in Glads being when you do special summon this card by the previous effect, you place 2 A counters on face-up monsters your opponent controls, so you can divvy up 2 counters however you see fit. Next up, we've got Alien Gray. This is like the Dekoichi, but a little bit better for this archetype. So on flip, you place an A counter on 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. And then I'll get to this middle section in a minute, but after this card has been flipped face up, when it is destroyed by battle instead of the graveyard, you draw 1 card. So you flip, place an A counter, it gets destroyed, you draw a card. Pretty dang good. Now this middle section, all of the next 3 alien monsters have this. And it's just an effect that applies during the damage step while they're face up, while these 3 cards are face up on the field. And that is, if a monster with an A counter battles an alien monster, it loses 300 attack and defense for each A counter on that specific card during damage calculations only. I believe it's that specific card. Oh, it might just be. Okay, so I don't actually know. Because I'm going to have to look this up, and I will have this ready beforehand. But what it looks like is as long as they have an A counter on them, then during damage step, they lose attack and defense for every single A counter on the field. I'm going to have to see and check some forums because no one plays aliens anymore. Yeah, I will check back with you on that one. But I need to record this. And anyways, next up is Overlord, which is the sort of chaos monster for the archetype and a little bit of a boss. So you remove 2 A counters to special summon this from your hand. And then OPT, you can place 1 A counter on any face or on every face-up monster your opponent controls. And then it also has the effect to lose 300 attack and defense. Then we have Alien Warrior. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, place 2 A counters on the monster that destroyed it. And then it has the same attack defense thingy. Next up, we've got Dupe Frog at home. So I'm just going to read Dupe Frog, counts as Death Frog, blah, blah, blah. And then so monsters your opponent control must target this specific card for attack. So if you have 2 on the field, it creates the dupe block where both of them are applying the effect that you must attack this specific card and this specific card at the same time. And since you can't attack both, you can't attack at all. Oshelion just says that you must attack this specific card name. So if you have 2 of this monster on the field, can't do anything. Now, if you have this plus a dupe frog, that does create a lock. But yeah, you can't. Yeah, this does not create a lock on its own. And then Dupe Frog also has the effect where on destruction it adds a frog from deck to hand. And Oshelion, on destruction by battle and sending to the graveyard, you add a reptile with 500 or less attack, which is Ammonite or Gray exactly. Next up for the rest of our monsters, we've got Plagues, and we are playing the Krebons package, so double Krebons, and then we're playing a small Gravekeepers package, which Spy, 2 Spy on flip, special summons a Gravekeeper with 1500 or less attack, and then Descendant, the new guy who just came in this last set, tributes a Gravekeeper to destroy 1 card your opponent controls. So we flip up Spy, special summon Descendant. Descendant on our turn tributes the Spy to pop a card. Pretty decent. Then we've got one Sangan, because it just searches everything except for these. And then for our spell trap removal, we have Heavy Storm, um, Giant Tornado, and MST. Then for the rest of our spells, we've got Brain Con, Double Upstart, one Avarice, and one Itelli for our Krebons. Then for our traps, we've got Triple Alien Brain. When an opponent's monster destroys a reptile by battle, you flip this up, and then you take control of it forever, and it becomes a reptile. That's just what it do. And now, being on track with having blank card at home, we have Icarus Attack at home. Icarus Attack tributes a winged beast to target two your opponent controls and destroy them. Meanwhile, Offerings to the Snake Deity targets a face-up reptile and two your opponent's controls, and then destroy all three. It must destroy all three. So if any of those leave the field for whatever reason, this cannot destroy all three. Luckily, you don't have to tribute for that, so I guess if like your opponent activates MST on their own back row to get rid of it, then you still keep your monster, but it's still like Icarus Attack at home. Then we've got Planet Pollutant Virus, the best trap in the deck. You tribute an alien, destroy all face-up monsters without A counters your opponent controls until the end phase of your opponent's third turn. After this card's activation, place one A counter on each face-up monster they summon. So you can wipe the field, then go to attack, and then end your turn. And then your opponent has nothing on field, and everything they place has an A counter on it. That's pretty good. Then we got Dust. Dust is nice. It's just spell trap removal and can set any of our other 12 traps. Double Bottomless, two Icarus attacks. I was noticing in testing that I have a ton of normals, but I also need all those normals because this is a grindy deck and I need them for the grind game. But this just helps me to fill the graveyard with something like an Alien Warrior so that I can summon it back with Ammonite. It just helps to increase our pace of game, and that's why it's in here. I also have Torrential Tribute and Mirror Force. Now on to these cards. So Alien Kid and Code A Ancient Ruins are very, very good cards. Both of them came out in Crimson Crisis. Both of them were supers. I wanted both of them, and I got none of them. Alien Kid just places A counters on all special summon monsters your opponent controls and has the attack difference thing and is level 4. And we're struggling with level 4s because we only have 2 level 4s in Alien Warrior. All the other level 4s that we have access to are PP bad. And then Code A Ancient Ruins, each time an alien monster is destroyed, you place A counters on this card. And this is good because if they get destroyed by card effect, whereas most of them only apply their effects if they're destroyed by battle, you place an A counter on this card, and then you can remove 2 to special summon an alien from grave. So it gives us more recursion, especially when we need access to our Ammonites. Now this is only on normal, so it wouldn't trigger if we special it off of Code A Ancient Ruins, but it's still a very good card that I wish that we had. Now I'm going to move on to the side, and then we'll talk about the rest of these later. We've got Triple DD Crow, Double Vortex. The Vortex is kind of like Phoenix Wing Wind Blast, but I just value the reactionary aspect of Wing Blast over the board wipe of Vortex right now. That might change post-side, and that's why it's here. Then we've got Dust Tornado in case it's playing a trap-heavy deck. Divine Wrath, because I think that this would catch him off guard. I'm not playing it in the main right now because I don't know what his strategy is. But this also could go in for the Wing Blast. Then we have Triple Pulling and Triple Shadow Imp. I can play under Shadow Imp because if my only alien that applies the effect is Overlord, it's an effect that applies and not an activated effect. Therefore, it can work under Shadow Imp. Next up, we've got Armory Arm, Double Cataster, because this deck makes 5s very easily. Double Golgar. Now, Golgar's only okay because we don't have Code A Ancient Ruins because of this first effect. Or first off, its summoning condition is 1 Ammonite and 1 other non-tuner alien. And then OPT, you can select any number of face-up spell traps cards, return those, and this is anywhere on the field. Return those cards to their owner hands, and distribute new A counters on, among monsters on the field equal to the number of cards returned. And then once per turn, you can remove 2 A counters from anywhere on the field to destroy 1 card your opponent controls. So if we had Ammonites and other, or not Ammonites, if we had Code Ancient Ruins, which is a continuous, and other continuous spells, because this deck does have a lot of in-archetype continuous spells, most of them are really bad though, we could return those to hand, distribute A counters, and then place those back onto the field. But we're not doing that because they're bad, and this is why. So Code Ancient Ruins is the only good one. Then we have A-Cell Breeding, which during the standby phase, you place an A counter on 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. Then A-Cell Incubator. Each time an A counter is removed from play by a card effect, place 1 A counter on this card. When this card is destroyed, distribute A counters on this card. Or when this card is destroyed, distribute the A counters on this card among face-up monsters. So it's only when they're removed by card effect it places them on destruction. So if it gets returned to hand by Golgar, it doesn't trigger. And it doesn't have any way to place A counters on monsters. So it's like mid. Then the field spell, which is bad. Their opponent's monsters just loot 300 attack and defense during damage calc. And that's it for the continuous. And honestly, like that's just it. Next up, we've got Flamvell. And my fiance has dubbed this card Uwu Quiznos, so that's this card now. Then we got a Brio, Iron Chain, Black Rose, Life Transfer, Herbellum, Double Stardust, 1 Mistworm, and 1 Gotems. And now I'm going to talk about the other alien cards. So we have access to Corruption Cell A, which is just it's a normal spell that places an A counter on 1 face-up monster your opponent controls, which is very bad. Then we have A-Cell Scatterblast, which isn't horrible, but it's not good. So you select a face-up alien you control, destroy it, and distribute new A counters amongst cards your opponent controls or monsters up to the level. So if we destroy a 2, we just distribute 2. If we destroy a 3, we distribute 3. But it's just mid. Then there's Detonation Circle A, which you destroy 1 face-up monster with A counters, and then you inflict 1,000 damage to each player. So it can kill us if we're low on life, and it requires an alien counter on that card. I'd much rather just play like bottomless. I'm gonna be honest. And then we also have access to Interplanetary Invader A, which gains attack equal to face-up attack. It's honestly like it's in the archetype, but it's not. It's just, yeah, it's just here. And then we have Alien Infiltrator, which he's a move man before move man was moving, and he's not good. Yeah. Then there's Hypno, which is a Gemini. And then there's Shock Trooper, which is a normal. Then there's Mars, which is puny, but is just a heckin' skill drain on legs. But you have to protect it, and that's the hard part. So, yeah. Then there's Alien Mother, which is a tribute. You have to tribute for her, and it's not fantastic. And it just takes the monster after it's destroyed if it had an A counter on it. Then we have Psychic, which it just monsters with an A counter can't declare an attack. But the whole problem is, like, unless we have exactly Planet Pollutant Virus, we're not going to be able to consistently make sure that monsters' immortal summons have A counters. So having Psychic and Mars is just so mid because they're so low. They've got such low stats. And without access to Kid, which places on all special summon monsters, there just isn't a consistent way to keep these alive. Because they require A counters to be able to to be able to apply their effects to those monsters. So they're just not really worth it. Next up is Alien Hunter. if it destroys a monster with an A counter, it can attack a second time. That's literally all it does. And then we have Alien Telepath. Now, this card is good, but it has not come out yet. What it does is once per turn, you can remove one A counter from your opponent's monsters to destroy one spell trap card, and then it applies the same effect. So it's MST on legs that is a level 4, and that's the important thing, but we just don't have it yet. It's not out. Now, there are other alien monsters if you look them up, but this deck has gotten legacy support, and like this is really new. And then if we go here, this card came out in like heckin' Stardust, or not Stardust, the set that released like Stardust Synchron and stuff like that. It's just this archetype is all over the place and it's wild. So, but this is what we're playing. It looks mid, and it is mid, but it's my deck. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the games.
Boys, we are packing some heat today. I mean, look at this. Now, I gotta say, I think I outdid myself on deck building today. So we are playing a quick draw Neo-Spacian toolbox deck. So this deck might look crazy, but for those of you who play Edison, you know just how real Cross-Porter is. So let's talk about this deck. This is going to need to be a little bit in depth because there are some interesting interactions that I do want to make note of, specifically around Cross-Porter. But the basic story of this deck is Cross-Porter can either get monsters off our field, or it can get Neo-Spacians to our hand or to our field. Either way. Point is, this list, so Absolute Power Force released in February, so the March 2010 list that Edison is known for and loved is not in effect yet, so we do get double Chaos Orc as well as the Dad, so I figured this is the last time we get to play double Chaos Orc for a while. We might as well take advantage of it. So first, let's start off with the monsters in the main deck. So double Chaos Orc is obvious. It's just a really good bomb that we can drop at any point. It really lets us deal with sticky monsters like Stardust. We have Cyber Dragon and Dad, and that's kind of where it stops for just the basics. So Cross-Porter is this level 2 warrior monster that says, target a monster you control, send that target to the graveyard, and if you do, special a Neo-Spacian from your hand. When this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add a Neo-Spacian monster from your deck to your hand. Now, if you notice that last part is a when you can, it can miss timing, and it does miss timing for its first effect. So you cannot go normal Cross-Porter, effect tribute itself to summon a Neo-Spacian from hand, and then summon another one from deck. That does not work. But it does work if it's discarded for effect. So if we discard it off of Dark World Lightning, that does trigger Cross-Porter's effect when it's sent to graveyard. It doesn't trigger with Quick Draw because it does discard for cost. Also won't trigger if we bring it back from Debris Dragon and then synchro it off, because the last thing that happened is not it hitting the graveyard, but the synchro monster hitting the field. So that's just an important thing to note. If you're ever wondering why Cross-Porter doesn't get triggered from things like that, that is why. We've got Triple Debris Dragon. Again, this is a pretty obvious card, but it's really good with Cross-Porter because it's a 2, and Glow Moss because it's a 3, so we can go into either Black Rose or Iron Chain, which is really powerful. We got Triple Junk Synchron. Again, this can revive Cross-Porter. This can also revive a couple of the other level 2s, which we'll talk about in a second. We've got Level Eater. I really wanted to play around with Triple Level Eater, but in practice, it was just not nearly as powerful as other cards in our deck, such as Quillbolt Hedgehog. We'll get to that in a second. So we've got the One Sand Game. This lets us search a lot of cards in our deck. Cross-Porter, which translates into any of the Neo-Spacians, even though we can already search the Neo-Spacians. Quillbolt Hedgehog, Quick Draw, Junk, Debris. Literally the only thing it doesn't search is the bombs in Dad, Cyber Dragon, and Chaos Orc, so I figured we might as well include it. Then we have our Neo-Spacians. We got double Dark Panther, double Glow Moss, and one Gramble. Now, Gramble is the best Neo-Spacian, but Glow Moss and Dark Panther are valuable in their own rights. Dark Panther can copy an effect, and while Glow Moss's effect really doesn't matter all that much, the fact that it's a light and can fuel for Chaos Orc is so important. Also, let's not forget that Dark Panther is a dark, which can fuel for Dad. And these all work really well with Convert Contact, which is basically a trade-in for the Neospacians, except you send one from hand, and then you also send one from deck to draw 2 cards. So you not only get to load up your graveyard for things like Dad and Chaos Orc, but you also get to draw multiple cards. Then we're on to Quick Draw Synchron. Again, this has some really interesting utility with Level Eater, but also Quillbolt Hedgehog. So Quillbolt Hedgehog has the effect that it can bring itself back if you control a tuner, but it gets banished when it leaves the field. So we can do things like summon Quick Draw by pitching Quillbolt, bring back the Quillbolt, and go into our brand new copies of Junk Archer we got from Duelist Pack Yusei 2. This is a really good card. It basically just makes everything else Drill Warrior, where it just, banishes and it comes back in the end phase. It basically can always just deal with the monster. And this also really works well with Level Eater because you can go Quick Draw, pitch Level Eater, Level Eat the Quick Draw, make a Junk Warrior. We can also make something like Nitro Warrior with Quillbolt. I think, yes, you can. It's a 7. And then maybe we might even be able to find a way to make Road Warrior, which can summon either Quillbolt or a Crossporter from deck. Really cool. We got the 1 Brain Con, as I mentioned before, the 3 Convert Contact. 3 Dark World Lightning, again, this also triggers our Crossporter, so it's a little bit of dual action. Heavy Storm, MST, Pot of Avarice, this is really useful for both recycling our Synchro monsters, but also recycling our Neospacians if we want to Convert Contact again. And then we've got traps, we've got Mirror Force, Judgment, Torrential, double Bottomless, and then the 1 Call of the Haunted. I really couldn't find a single card from this list that I wanted to cut down on. I could maybe cut the Convert Contact, I could maybe cut Crossporter down to 1, but I really wanted to see it. So that is the main deck. In the side, we got triple Caius, double Crow, triple Dust Tornado, double Mask Restrict, 3 Trap Stun, and double Wing Blast. Now, if you're wondering about the side deck at all, I really just felt like I ran headfirst into some really big traps in the last episode, obviously, but also I really just didn't want to deal with destruction effects. I didn't want to deal with Raigeki Break. I wanted to deal with Wing Blast instead. I wanted to find ways to get around things like Stardust specifically because Zach has it and we do not. In the extra deck, we basically got every powerful synchro that we can think of. Again, it would be great if we had something like AFD, Power Tool, Stardust, RDA, but we don't. And hopefully we get that in the next Gold series, which I think is coming up in a couple episodes. But this is a heat list, and I'm really excited to bring it. So let's get straight into the duels. We won't hold anything back. Zach, I don't know if you're ready, but I brought some heat. It's so hot in here, I had to take off my sweater. That's how hot it is. That's the heat I'm bringing. I feel like Azula from that one, the Fire Islands or whatever, that episode of Avatar. Yeah. No, this set's like fine. We got like Drill Warrior, we got X-Saber Hyunlei, we got Battle Fader. There's a lot of cool cards, but they're all at high rarity. So unless you rolled insane like you always do, I'm assuming there's not going to be too much different between today's episode and last episode.
Honestly, I didn't bring any heat. I don't remember what I pulled, and I'm just here.
That I feel like that tells me a little bit. You're either playing like Dark Worlds or you're playing like maybe you're just running back Black Wings. Who knows? But we'll see. Anyways, let's go ahead and get straight on into it. Let's do the RPS, and you're losing again. All right. Unsurprisingly, I will go first.
Fine.
Ooh, all right. Draw phase, draw for turn. Standby main phase. You know what? I am just fine with a humble back row. Do I want to set anything else? No. I think I'm good. I'll just pass it up. We're starting slow today.
Yeah, I'm not about to walk right into that bottomless, so I'm gonna do a humble tea set.
We're so humble today. We're both just like the humblest of boys.
And I'll pass.
Sure. Draw. Ooh, okay. Let's see here. Let's go standby main. Let's start by activating a Dark World Lightning targeting this set card.
Oh, I hate you. Um, yeah, okay. There goes Alien Gray.
Oh, okay. I will discard to the graveyard a Quillbolt Hedgehog.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go ahead and normal summon this Junk Synchron and declare its effect. Do you have
Okay.
anything?
Yeah, nope.
All right, we'll summon back this Quillbolt. And,
Then go for a 5.
yeah, we will. And luckily, since we brought it back off of Junk's effect, Quillbolt doesn't get banished, which is nice.
Correct.
You're on Aliens, which is like it's kind of a weird deck. I don't know if you realize that, but
Oh, trust me, I know it's bad. It's got like the worst version, like a worse version of every single good staple. Yeah.
you know what? Let's just go for the Junk Warrior. We'll just channel our Yusei vibes. A mandatory effect on summon to gain attack.
Yes.
And we'll just go battle phase. We
I'll
will.
take 23.
Cool. Second main. Yeah, go ahead. I'm chilling. I'm chilling like a villain.
All right, standby main.
Yep.
Um, I think I am going to normal summon Krebons, set 1 and pass.
Ooh, okay. Draw phase, draw for turn.
Mm-hmm.
Standby, main phase. Do we just like go for it? I think we just kind of like go for it. What are we doing here? That's a little unfortunate. Uh, yeah. Let's do this. We're gonna go for a push here. I feel like that's correct with Krebon setup. We'll pay 8 for BrainCon.
Yep. Okay.
Now let's think here. Uh, yeah. Let's summon back this Quillbolt because we control a tuner. We go. We could go for a 9 here. It's kind of interesting. Uh, it's kind of like not good though to go for any like substantial 9.
Well, you don't want to make Mistworm?
No, because like I'm just gonna put the back row back in your hand. It's like the only thing I'm protecting myself from is like a mirror force. Uh,
I guess that's fair.
yeah. You know what? Let's do this. Let's go to battle first, and I'll attack.
Okay.
I'll let you for 12 as well. Just play around a mirror force a little bit. We might as well be a little conservative. Let's go ahead and what do we do? I feel like we're really just never gonna get to see this again, and I just want to get this Krebons off the field. So, um, yeah, let's go for this. Let's go ahead and sync for. Let's go and sync for Armory Arm, and then I will
Okay.
declare Armory Arm equipping to Junk Warrior.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to gain 1,000, be up to 33, and it does piercing. No, it doesn't do piercing.
Mm-hmm.
Inflict damage to your opponent equal to the monster's version. Yeah, it does like a pseudo piercing. We'll set a card and then I'll pass the turn.
It does a Flame Wing Man.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, I'm having fun. Pass.
Sure, draw. Okay. What can we do? Can we kill you here? That's a good question. Don't think we can. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. Oh, we'll go standby main. We'll just go straight to battle and we'll attack.
Yeah, I'm on Mirror Force this.
Do I care about Mirror Force? That's the question. That's good. To grave with these. Thinking here. God, if you're preserving that, then that's gotta be pretty good. Uh, no, I'm good. I'm good. Let's go second main. Let's banish a light and a dark.
Okay.
Special Sork, anything on summon.
I will bottomless it.
You're gonna bottomless this, huh? Yeah, I'm good with this trade.
Okay.
How much do I pay here? 3,600, I think. Yes. All right. I will declare Chaos Sork. I'll banish. Yeah, I'll banish the monster. It's gonna. Oh, I'm cheating. This has to target a face-up monster.
Oh.
Whoopsie.
You want to target itself?
No, I don't. I do not want to do that. Yeah. Let's just go ahead and set a card and pass. We have a normal this turn.
I'll draw.
Yep.
Standby main.
Yep.
I'll flip up Spy and then declare the effect.
We knew this was coming, yeah.
We will get
Descendant. Yep.
Descendant in defense.
Sure.
And I gotta think here. Do that. What would you set? Okay, I'm gonna declare tributing, and then I'm going to target the back row.
The back row, huh? Well, I mean, you got it. It's called. It's no point chaining it.
Okay. So. I'll normal Krebons.
Sure.
And then need to see what's in your grave. Just have one dark. If I bounce that with Brio, then just that. Or I could just kill it, but I don't know what that set is, and that scares me. I think I'm going to go for Uwu Quiznos.
Sure.
Then I'll go battle.
Sure.
And I'll punch over the Sork.
I'll take 100.
Yeah, and then this will gain 300 attack.
Sure.
Main 2, pass.
Sure. It's not the best set card. That's not the best card. Yeah, we'll just set and pass.
Okay, I'll draw.
Yep.
Standby main.
Yep.
I'll just go battle here.
Sure.
I'll attack into the new set.
I'm going to take a lot of damage here. I'll take 24. It's level eater.
That's 24. And then this will go up to 27.
Correct.
Main 2. Set pass.
All right, I feel like I have a number of draws that do it. That might be one of them. What can we do? Yeah. Yeah, I think that's just unfortunate to play. We can go for that. One back row, you haven't used it yet. Don't know what it is. All right, let's go for the hard play. All right, I will normal summon. Or I'll go standby main. I'll normal junk synchron, and I'll trigger the effect. Summon back the level eater.
Yeah, that's the only target.
Anything here?
No.
All right, I will flip summon Neospatian Glomoss.
Oh, okay.
Sync them all off.
For a 7.
Junk Archer.
Junk Archer.
With Prio, declare Junk Archer's effect. Banish your Quiznos.
Okay.
And when it comes back, it will not have the attack anymore.
Yeah, it'll have a different attack.
Battle phase, I'll attack your face
Okay,
down.
so...
Shelly
1, Alien Brain 2.
Do I just lose here?
Yes, you do. You straight up lose here.
Unless I've got a back row.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't do anything about that. You got it. Damn, I thought I was slick with it. I thought I was slick with it. Oh my god, that's so unfortunate. Oh, man. I really don't know what I did wrong there. That was so rough. I just kept seeing bad cards. Whatever. All right. Well, let's try for first again. Hopefully, I don't do as poorly. Draw phase, draw for turn. Yeah. Standby main, yet again, just a humble set and pass.
Okay, I'll draw.
Yep.
You know, I'm a generous guy. I'll give you a K.
You know, the way that last game went, that might be needed.
I think so. This is tough. I think I'm gonna run out of Krebons.
Sure.
And just go battle and poke.
Sure, it is Sangan. I'll get my Sangan search.
I don't like that.
What do we want to get? See, I really want to get like this or this, but I feel like with my hand, it's just correct to get this. Yeah. Yeah, we'll grab a Neospatian Dark Panther to hand.
What the heck are you cooking? Main 2?
Yep.
Pass.
Sure. Draw. Ooh. Ooh, that's pretty good. All right, standby main. We're going to start by activating Convert Contact. This sends a Neospatian from my hand and one from my deck to the graveyard to draw 2. So I'll pitch this Dark Panther and this copy of Neospatian Glomoss to the graveyard to draw 2.
That's just Pot of Greed, yeah.
Oh god, that's so insane. That feels so insane. Okay. Let's.
Luckily, there is nothing that you can special off of a junk, so I'm feeling decent.
Oh man.
But you do have a light and a dark.
I do indeed have a light in the dark in the graveyard. How concerning is that for you?
I don't know. I'm a little scared, not gonna lie.
Let's see. What can we do? I really want to get. I want to get rid of this Krebons, but it's kind of hard to do. It's kind of hard to get rid of a Krebons. Weird.
Said no one ever.
I know, right? All right. Let's do. Oh gosh, how do we want to do this?
Pass.
No, we're not going to do
Pass,
that.
discard hand size.
No, we're not doing that. All right, we're going to activate Dark World Lightning, targeting the back row.
Okay, yeah, you hit a Mirror Force.
Ooh, that's a good hit. I will discard this Quillbolt Hedgehog to the graveyard.
Okay, that's annoying. I don't like that.
I will normal summon.
Junk, and I'll be sad.
No, I'm going to normal summon Debris Dragon and trigger its effect.
Ooh, what are you targeting?
Glomoss.
Just go for a 7. Or just go for a 9. I'm going to Crow the Glomoss, because that does so much for me right now.
Sure, that is fine. New chain, I'll special Quillbolt.
Yeah, so you can get access to a 6.
Yeah. Which we will do. This Quillbolt does get banished.
Which is exactly Iron Chain.
Indeed, it is. The chains that are iron. Okay. We'll go battle phase. I'll make you pay the 8.
Yeah, I will pay the 8.
Second main, I will set a card, and I will. I normal summon the debris. I will pass. Go ahead.
Okay. I'll draw.
Yep.
That's really funny, but not necessarily good. Well, okay. I do that. Do that. Do that. Can't do that. I have multiple lines here, but none of them feel good.
Isn't that the like the way of the world sometimes?
Yeah, I think here it's normal Sangan, anything on normal.
Nothing on summon, no. Make a 5.
Gonna sink
Make Cataster.
for Cataster, trigger the Sangan.
Sure.
Question is, what the frick do I get? Think I get gosh, I wish that this deck had its in-archetype Foolish already.
I think a lot of people do.
I'm gonna actually grab a Crow to hand.
Interesting choice. Sure.
If that's Mirror Force or Saku, I get kind of cooked, but would you side that in is the question. Alternatively, I could pass and then you just go for like a Junk Archer. No, you couldn't go for Junk Archer. You'd need to summon out a 2. I don't think you have a way to get there. And Junk Synchron wouldn't do it. Oh, no, it would because it's a dark. But you have nothing engraved you could special out. I think I can afford to play it safe.
Sure. So I know you have a Crow in hand. I'll draw for turn.
Yeah.
Oh, that's That's pretty crazy. God, golly. I mean, yeah. I will. I'll. I'll pitch level eater for quick draw. Oh,
Oh,
special.
that's
Um,
awful.
anything here?
Um, Level leader does activate. You don't have any tens you could go into. I have nothing here.
All right, I'll try to level eat the. Uh, yeah, I think I have to try. I have to try for that. I'll level eat the quick draw. I think is that right?
I will crow the level leader.
Yeah, that is fine.
I just have to.
All right, it'll. I think it attempts to resolve as much as possible, so this will go down to a 4.
Yeah.
Okay, so 4. Oh, that's almost good. Almost good if it wasn't for freaking Catastrophe.
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah. He's a big joke.
I think I got to do that. All right. Called target Sangan.
Oh, yeah.
All right. 3 plus 4 for 7.
Yeah. Yeah. It has to be exactly jump archer
Yes, it does.
because of quick draw's effect.
So I will trigger Sangan here.
Yeah.
I will get a copy of. Hold on. Wait. So this is. Oh, how does that. Hold on. How does this work? So, okay, so I think I have a line here, but the problem is, like, I'm not sure if this works the way I think it does. I'm actually I'm actually going to have to Google this. I do not have a choice because I think this matters immensely. Let me just make sure this isn't recording this. All right. Okay, so this does work how I think it does. Okay, so I will add. I have not normal this turn. I will add Grand Mole to hand. I will normal summon the Grand Mole. I will go to battle phase. I will declare into Cataster. Cataster mandatory chain link 1. Grand Mole optional chain link 2 to bounce both.
That would work, yeah.
All right, attempt for 23 and 25. Okay. we have averted crisis, chat. All right. All right, let's do this. Second main, I will activate convert contact. I think you see now why I was like struggling so freaking hard on this. I will dump a glow moss to grave to draw 2. Wow. Wow. Oh man. That's pretty good. Okay. I will. God. Oh man. God, the world is like my freaking oyster right now. You have no idea. Um, yeah, let's. Do we gamba? That's the question. I think the answer is yes. I think we gamba. I will avarice here. Target everything
Oh,
but glow moss.
God, that's awful.
Yeah, everything but glow moss. Anything?
No.
All right. 2, 3, 4, 5. Shuffle, shuffle, and then draw 2.
I hope you draw nothing but test or
Oh,
but Dark Panthers.
dude, that's insane! Oh my god.
Am I getting hard sacked here?
I don't
You've
know,
Pot of
but
Greed 3 times.
yeah, go ahead. Oh, God, that was an insane line of play, if I do say so myself.
Yes. Question.
Sure.
So, if I have a card that triggers on normal, like a test panther, like when you normal summon, you can special from hand. Can I trigger 2 at the same time, like in the same chain?
I think you can go. It depends on the card, but I believe you can go like normal summon, chain 1 Kage to Kage, chain 2 Kage to Kage.
Okay, so normal, chain 1 alien dog, chain 2 alien dog.
You can special. Wait, this is a when you can.
Oh,
So I think. Oh wait. God, this is. I'm trying to see. When you normal summon, you can special summon this card from your hand. Doesn't activate. I think you can special both.
it's the same wording as Kage to Kage.
Yeah, then you can special both. If it was an activated effect, I think it'd be different. But because it's just a condition, I think you can special both.
And then I'm gonna put 4 counters on Junk Archer because it's funny.
Sure.
Doesn't do anything in this game state.
Might later, but yeah.
I honestly,
You can make Black Rose, I think.
I could, but is that good enough? Junk Archer is 23. Oh, buddy, this is rough. Because you definitely have a normal, and I'm just cooked. Oh.
Seven, sure.
Life Transfer.
Yeah, lets you gain some life. Go up to 36, yeah. That works.
And then go battle.
Oh, wait.
And I'll swing into the Junk Archer.
So I hate to do this, but did you remember? Did you remember to banish top 3 or send top 3 off of Iron Chain? It's okay if you didn't. We can just do it now.
Oh.
But I think that may have mattered for your Ammonite. Okay, it didn't end up mattering. I'll take the 100. That may have mattered for your Ammonite, but yeah.
Nah,
we'll never know. All right, draw.
Pass.
Oh my god. Oh, dude.
I feel like I've gotten hard sacked this game. Pot of Greed 3 times is rough.
Oh my god, I don't even feel like we need to do anything. You've got 1 in hand. There's no Necro Garden or anything that I'm missing, no. Yeah, I guess, sure. We'll special quick draw by sending Cross Porter to grave. Importantly, doesn't get its effect because it is sent as a cost.
Okay.
Bye-bye. All right, game three. It feels like it's been a while since we've done a game three. That's probably not true, but it feels like it.
Yeah. I mean, it should have been a swift 2-0, but I got hard set. No, no. I was not. I did not get a good hand last turn or last game. I'll draw for turn.
Yeah.
I'm going to set 3 pass.
Sure. Draw phase, draw for turn. Okay. Well, that's decent. That's not bad. Standby main. Let's start by special summoning Cyber Dragon.
Oh, that's annoying.
I kind of don't want to commit too much here. Yeah. Yeah. Let's just go. Let's just go battle phase and let's punch.
Okay.
It is great.
Put a counter, and then I'll draw.
Sure. Okay. So maybe incorrect to do that, but it's whatever.
To be fair, there's like 17 things I can set in this deck.
That's fair. All right. Second main. Let's just pass it up. I feel okay.
I'll draw.
Yeah.
You know, I'm all generous and everything. I'll give you a K.
I think that mattered a lot last game. So.
I'll normal Alien Warrior.
Sure.
I'll go battle.
Sure.
Uh,
So is this lose 300 for each A counter during the damage calc only? So these would crash.
you know what?
Here.
I'll actually just go main 2 and I'll set 1 and pass.
Sure. Draw. Standby main phase.
Uh-huh.
Goodness gracious alive. God, you really got me thinking here. There's just like so much I can do, but at the same time, there's so little that feels good into 3 back row.
You know, fair.
So, how does this work? If a monster with an A counter battles an alien, it loses 300 attack and events for each.
It's an effect that applies.
Okay. So this would go down to 18, and it would
Correct.
crash.
Correct.
God, that's really bad. I don't like that. I don't like this. Why are you doing this to me?
Doing what? I just normal summoned a guy.
I know, but it's like
He's just a
you
lad.
have 3 back row. It's like, could you not?
Yeah, I could, but I'd rather, you know, keep this win streak going.
That doesn't work. You know what? I'm gonna play a little slow now. We're gonna slow the pace down. I'm just gonna set and I'm gonna pass.
Okay. Yeah, I'll draw.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm way too generous.
So generous. Such a good friend.
Truly. I'm gonna go battle.
Sure.
I'm gonna swing into the set.
Sure, it is Neospatian Dark Panther.
Okay. Main 2. You know what? I'll set another and pass.
Sure, draw. Standby main phase.
Uh-huh.
If you have that damage equal or that reptile snatch steal, this is like kind of bad for me is the problem.
I do have that in the deck.
Yeah. You have somehow successfully like stifled me entirely just by the thought of you stealing my guys. Uh,
Hey, it's literally Snatch Steal.
it is. It does appear
It's
to.
one of the better cards that this archetype has gotten.
All right. Gosh. What can I make? What can I do? What can I do?
Pass?
I
Pass?
really
You
don't
could.
want to
You just
because
pass.
it feels
Yeah, but
bad.
you could.
I could. I don't want to.
It's an option.
You're right. It is. It's not an option I'll be taking here, however.
Darn, almost had him.
Yeah. Let's try for this. God, I really don't like this because it's just so minus. I gotta do some math
I
here.
like minus.
I gotta
Minus
do
is
I gotta do
good.
some math here. All right. We end up in the same boat because I think you like the card you got off of Gray unironically like mattered a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, who'd have thunk that Dekoichi that also places counters, which is this deck's win con, is good.
Yeah, that's very true. I don't want to like shift this to defense or anything because I feel like the
Then I'll
fact
just punch over it.
yeah, I feel like the fact that this crashes right now is like the biggest thing holding you back. You know what? You called it, brother. I'm passing.
All right, I'll take it. Stand by main.
Yeah.
Um. 1 second.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. So I've got multiple lines of play, but they all feel bad.
I'm glad we're in the same boat.
So I can do that, which also do that. It doesn't really matter. I can do that, but that's not good. I would just do that. I yeah, heck it. I'm gonna activate Vortex,
Wow. Yeah.
and I'm gonna pitch DD Crow,
Sure. Yeah.
and then I'm gonna go battle and swing for 18,
I'll take the 18.
and I'll pass here.
All right. Draw phase, draw for turn. Well, fortunately, that does kind of just simplify it for me a little bit. Yeah. I'll banish a light and a dark. I'll special
Okay.
Chaos Sork, and with priority, I'll attempt to banish Warrior. Divine Wrath. There's your Torrential, so that's pretty good. Okay. Let's see. Now what do we do? Destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard specifically. No, that doesn't do it. Haven't normaled, which is important. Um, I'll pitch Quillbolt for quick draw. Anything here.
I think you're okay.
I will special back the Quillbolt. Sorry, that's supposed to be specialed. Anything on summon.
Haven't normaled, which... Yeah, I'll do this now. I'm a planet pollutant virus, so I tribute, and then it wipes your board, and then any monster you summon for 3 turns, gets a counter on it.
Ooh. Wait, it says destroy all face-up cards with A counters. Tribute an alien, destroy all face-up monsters.
It says without.
Oh, without it. That's crazy. Why does that? Sure,
Yeah.
whatever. Alright, so this gets banished, and this goes to grave. Alright. That's the case. That's unfortunate. I will... I'll just set a card, and I'll pass. I feel okay about this. Yep. Sure, draw. Okay. I will... Each monsters they summon. Okay, so I will flip summon... I'll flip summon Glowmoss. I will normal summon...
It will get a counter on it.
Yeah, it will. I'll normal Debris. Debris, no targets. Anything here.
You're okay.
Alright. Black Rose effect with priority. Shelly on. Pulling the rug. MSD. Okay. God, you have no idea how many choices I have right now, and none of them are what I want to do.
Oh, I've got one choice. For reasons. I thought I was in a pretty good spot for that.
Yeah, this was rotting in my hand the entire time, and I was trying to figure out a way I could like Black Rose you when you had 4 back row without like just minusing myself a million. And the fact that you had the Divine Wrath means that it was a good thing I didn't just go for it. I played it a little patiently. And I'm thinking I should start getting a little bit of a clock on you. So yeah, we'll banish your Light in the Dark whenever DV wants.
Bro, you had 2? What the frick?
It's semi'd right now.
It will get a counter.
It will get a counter, yeah. But I'll go battle phase and I'll hit you for 23. Oh, attack direct.
I'll take the 23. I'm not happy about it.
Second main. Go ahead.
And that's the second turn on that. Set pass.
Sure.
And then this is the last turn for Pollutant Virus.
Standby main. So there's... Oh, wait. To the end of your opponent's 3rd turn after this card's activation. So I don't think it's dead yet.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not dead. This is the last turn.
Okay, so you're just getting it off the field.
Yeah.
Gosh. So I can't banish this, and there's a high likelihood it's an alien gray. Or it could be
You
no
want to try it,
Shellyon.
buddy?
It could be a no Shellyon.
Either's good for me.
Yes, either is good for you. The question is, what's
What's in the
better?
box?
Yeah.
So your options are: if it's an Oshelion, you have to destroy it for it to trigger its effect. If it's a gray, I can put a counter on the Chaos Sork, but I won't get the draw because it has to be destroyed by battle after being flipped to get the draw.
Oh, that's a very important point. Thank you for telling me that.
So if I normal summon an alien gray, I do not get a draw.
Yeah. But that puts a second counter on my Sork, which sinks it down to 17, which means a hunter.
Only if I have an alien monster that has the claws to make it lose 300 attack and defense.
Right.
Not all alien monsters do that, and it's not inherent to the counters like cubic counters.
Okay, gotcha.
Because Konami hates this archetype.
So basically, what that means is if it's gray, a warrior off the top does out this Chaos Orc, which is a little terrifying. I don't think there's any other. I don't think any of the other aliens are 1800 or 1700 or more. I think warrior might be the only one.
I believe at this time the only normal is 1800 or more is that one, except for Shock Trooper, but that's a normal monster.
In this, one face-up monster on your opponent's side of the field. Okay. Yeah. As much as I hate to do this, I think it could. The only thing that I'm thinking that it's equally bad for me is if it's a spy, because I did see Gravekeeper spy out of you. If it is spy, then I don't think letting this live loses me the game, but it puts me in a very awkward position. The question is, how much is one card going to give you against, like, in aliens? So you are backed up by a ton of traps. I think I am going to risk it for the biscuit.
Okay. It was spy.
Okay, cool. I made the correct choice.
Yeah, special summon Descendant.
Sure.
Importantly, you cannot banish it this turn.
Correct, because I did attack. Cannot attack the turn you activate this effect. Yeah. All right. So second main. Yeah. I don't think I have anything else. Go ahead.
I'll draw. Standby main.
Yep.
Normal.
Sure. Making Brio.
As awful as it is, because I don't want you to load up the grave, I think I have to make Iron Chain just to get this off the board.
Interesting. Sure.
Yeah, because Iron Chain is a mandatory send 3.
So I'll take 200 and then I'll mill 3.
Okay. Could have been a lot worse.
Could have been.
In fact, that was pretty decent for me.
Wow. That's... no, sorry. That is... I think that's pretty good.
If you drew a frickin' Brain Con, I'm going to be very upset.
Normal summon Junk Synchron. Effect target Quillbolt.
Quillbolt's the only target. Yeah, that's fine. And then I don't know.
Yeah.
Unless you have exact... Yeah, yeah.
I can't... Yeah, I have to make Junk Warrior here. I don't have a choice. Quillbolt doesn't get banished because I didn't use it for its effect.
Yeah.
Let's Avarice here. I'll target everything.
Oh, heck off.
I'll target everything except Quillbolt.
Sure.
So, top of deck, Top of deck. That has been rotting in my hand since like the second turn, and I just kept banishing cards with
I haven't
Chaos
seen
Sword.
it all game.
That's fair. All right, draw two.
Yeah, I don't have an Ash.
Uh,
God, I freaking hate you.
yeah, battle phase, and that is
I'm not
100 over
dead
lethal.
here.
Oh, you're not.
No.
Oh, wait, hold on. Can I go back here for a second? I missed lethal. It's not a big deal if you don't, but
Was there something that you could have done to change it?
yes, I would just special this by pitching this, and then bring back Quillbolt and make a
I
seven.
still have 900.
I can bring back Quillbolt, and then I can make a Junk Archer.
Oh. God, that's frustrating. Oh my gosh. That's really frustrating.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say that was like exactly what I
Man,
needed.
I got sacked like both these last two games.
Yeah.
Like the only thing that could have won you the game was exactly BrainCon, and I'm assuming you got that off the Avarice.
I had the Brain Con.
Oh, and Avarice was the
I had
bottom
the,
card.
I had the Brain Con in hand, but I I just did math wrong, and I thought I had lethal, and I was like, let's just do it just in case we draw something important. Like I know you don't have like Gores, but you could have had a Fader. So I was like, let's just Avarice now.
I don't think we have access to Fader yet.
A Fader. Oh,
do we?
Oh yeah, it comes. Does it come out in next episode? No, I think it came out in this episode. I think it came out in Absolute Power Force. Yeah, it did, because this is the last episode before Edison format ends, technically, and Battle Fader's in Edison. So yeah, we did get access to Fader in this last episode. But yeah, I was like, let's Avarice now just in case we get something cool. And yeah, it did actually matter, because Quick Draw, Summon back Quillbolt was something I had to do there. Otherwise, I just missed lethal. Not that it makes you feel any better, but I did also have this in hand.
I'm upset. Yeah, I don't know, man. I was in a very good position until the Black Rose, because I had a Shellyon set. I had a 4 engrave, so I could next turn, after you beat over the Ashelion, because I would have added Ammonite. Normal summon the Ammonite, brought back the
gray.
The 4.
Oh, you brought back the... Oh, yeah, you bring back the Hunter, yeah. Or the warrior.
And then I could have gone for either Cataster or gone for Golgar, which is just a big guy.
Yeah, this is...
And that's most important.
This is kind of tough to deal with. Importantly, like, I have, like... I like, my hand was loaded with monsters that entire time. And when you look at my deck, like, I'm surprised I didn't see, like, anything but monsters. Like, I was really hoping for a Convert Contact to draw a couple cards, because I really wanted to get... So the biggest problem I had is when you had like 3 sets and the Hunter on field, right? And I had just the Cyber Dragon with the counter. I had Quick Draw, Dark Panther, Glow Moss, Debris, and I think Chaos Sork in hand. And I was trying to figure out a way that I was able to Black Rose without just minusing myself just as much as I was taking out you. Because the only line I had in my head was special Quick Draw, pitching Glow Moss, normal Debris, bring back Glow Moss, and then Black Rose. But then I'm losing 4 cards to take out your 4. So it was just not correct to do that. And then I was left with I think it was a Dark Panther and a Chaos Orc in hand. And I was just like, it's not enough. I can't do that. It's just such a bad position. But yeah, so we can talk about both decks really quick. We'll talk about yours first, because yours is a deck that saw a lot of fan experimentation during this time in Yu-Gi-Oh's history, and even before this. But it really, if I'm not mistaken, it just never saw any real success.
Oh no, this archetype is
god awful. I love it to death, but my goodness, it has just so much anti synergy. It wants you to have aliens on board, um, but at the same time, there are not a lot of good cards in the archetype. A lot of the like spell traps are one for ones, or require your opponent to do something. While it is very good, Alien Brain is just like it requires your opponent to beat over something with by battle, and that's just like okay. Planet Pollutant Virus is probably the best card in the archetype.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, I only have one.
this card reminds me a lot of W Nebula Meteorite, which the fact that they're both reptile archetypes is kind of telling. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. And it's just like this is basically crush card at home. This whole archetype is basically blank at home.
Yeah.
You've got Oshelion, which is an honorary guy who's just dupe frog at home.
Oh yeah, it is. I always read this card as just like it's a howling insect, but for reptiles. But
That's
yeah.
fair. You've got Gray, which is basically I don't know. I think of it as Dekoichi at home, but I think it's a little bit better than that. You have Test Tiger at home, and then you also have friggin' Chaos Sork at home,
Anywhere from the
and
field
you
is
have
crazy.
yeah, and you have Junk Synchron at home.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of funny that you say that, considering I'm playing yet another junk deck. So, I really thought about running back the frogs after the disappointment that was last episode. But I wanted to just like get myself in a new mindset and play something else that was just balls to the wall. Instead of more of a control deck that like sometimes does big damage, I wanted to just go balls out, especially if I was going to go to the banning. And this deck is really, really cool. This is basically the Neospatian Toolbox deck from modern day Edison iteration, except there's a couple different things because we're missing cards. So this deck pretty much entirely revolves around a card that we barely saw, which is Cross Porter.
Yeah.
And this card is really cool. So you target a card you control, send it to the graveyard, special Neospatian card from your hand. Bad effect. Good effect. When this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add a Neospatian monster from your deck to your hand. Now, importantly, that's a mistiming effect that does not work with either Junk Synchron or reviving it off, or it doesn't work off of reviving it with, or pitching it with Quick Draw Synchron, or summoning it back with Junk Synchron or Debris Dragon. Which seems really bad, but Dark World Lightning I felt like was actually a really good card into not necessarily this matchup specifically, but into your deck or like into this game state, like into our series, I should say, because there's a lot of set back row, there's a lot of powerful back row like Bottomless, Wing Blast, Mirror Force Torrential. That if you just lightning they like you can't chain it. The only chainable spell trap in the game at this point, I think, is called Haunted.
Yeah.
So I felt like this was decent, and because Dark World Lightning triggers or dishes for effect, and the discard is the last thing that happens, it does actually trigger Cross Porter, which is really cool. And it's also it's a perfect target for both Junk and Debris Dragon, and then it also just gets you the Neospatians, which, as you saw, loaded the graveyard for Chaos plays, especially with Convert Contact, which is actually a really strong, search or draw spell because it dumps one from deck, so you can always get Light and Darks in grave. And then the final thing that this deck just really I felt like utilized effectively was Quillbolt Hedgehog. I think this card was really underutilized.
Yeah, that card's insane.
And this card,
It's really good.
it was really good in this deck specifically. Like, I mean, how many times did I summon back Quillbolt Hedgehog? Like at least 6. That's crazy. I think the only
I'm
thing,
very familiar with this card.
yeah, it's such a cool card. Other than that, like I was just making use of the triple Debris Dragon that we now have because of Duels Pack Yusei. And then like yeah, otherwise it was just loaded up on just like the best cards I could think of: Judgment, Torrential, Heavy Storm. I think I took out a couple copies of Junk, Junk, Quick Draw, Quillbolts, and I think Debris for the trap stuns and the Caiuses. because I was just like, I know like this deck needs to be run over by battle, so I was like, let's just bring in stuff that banishes, and it mattered a
Yeah.
lot in that second game. But no, I thought this deck was
Yeah.
super
I
sick.
mean, I I just got really unlucky that second game. I opened nothing but monsters. I had basically the same deck, like bottomless, pulling, divine wrath, all of those in the main or in the side, post side in the deck, but I still just never saw them, and I lost to BrainCon. Uh, or I lost to BrainCon, and you saw it 2 games. Meanwhile, I saw freaking Krebons 3 games in my opening hand.
Yeah, and I don't know.
I sided out 1 copy games 2 and 3 because I opened 2 in my opening hand, and I was like, I just game 1. I was just like, I don't
You
want
just
to
not
OC this
feeling
again.
it, yeah, and that makes sense.
So I'll just, and I don't know. I feel like luck was just not on my side. Meanwhile, it was all on your side.
Yeah, I did. I had some pretty crazy lines. Also, like I just want to mention, like, so Krebons is a great card, right? But I feel like at this point it is sort of transitioning out of being just like the powerhouse that you can just sit on, because
Yeah.
like when you look at like Krebons is a two that you can, it's a two tuner that you can get off of Etelly. That's its value. But like Junk Synchron, Quick Draw Synchron, and Debris Dragon are all just so much better in my opinion. I was like, I don't really want to play like Etelly decks anymore. I don't think Krebons is strong enough. And I
Yeah,
was
I did think about putting all of those in this deck, but just because of the lack of dragons I have access to, like for sixes, I have exactly one option. I have exactly one option for sevens and exactly one option for eights, and that's it. And
yeah.
because a lot of the aliens are low level, like I would be mainly going into sixes and sevens.
Yeah, and that's 100% fair. And you even have a better dragon synchro pool than I do. I only have one black rose. I think I have 3 Iron Chain. I only ended up playing the one because my thought process was like, by the time I might need a second debris, I can probably avarice it back. Maybe that's like a bad idea to like go with, but I was just like Junk Archer is just such a better card. Like I was literally looking at like Debris versus Quick Draw, and in my opinion, Quick Draw is the better card like in this deck. One thing that we saw just a tiny bit, but we didn't really get to see the full power of is Level Eater. I was originally building around playing triple Level Eater, but I quickly realized that 3 Level Eater do nothing. The best thing that Level Eater can do is it can Level Eat a Quick Draw and then make Junk Warrior, if you need to do that. Otherwise, like Cross Porter is just a better card. And it helps that like Glowmoss is a debris target as well as the Cross Porter. I don't know. I just at the end of the day, I thought this deck was super slick when I built it, and I was like just refining it over like a couple days. I was like, this is nice, and this is a deck that I built myself. So I'm glad that I am a mildly better deck builder than the people who've helped me the last couple weeks. No judgment, but I'm glad I won with the deck that I built and didn't just like say, hey, what should I play this week? But speaking of this week, we can get on to the winner's wheel for today. So I avoided the banning. Hooray. All right, so let's see what should we do. You know what? I really think Quillbolt Hedgehog was the standout for today's episode. Let's do 2 clicks for Quillbolt Hedgehog. 1, 2, and oh, a promo wild card. Well, I think I know what I'm taking, but I'm not too sure. But that's it. It'll be a challenging one. It'll be a tough one, but we will see what I pick up in the next episode. So hope you guys did enjoy. If you really enjoyed, make sure to leave a like. If you really enjoyed, make sure to subscribe. That was all from us. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.